let's see how we can just create our rust in here. So it's every time the same thing we have to do. We have our color peeling, and in the color peeling we have our base. So I'm going to call this base, so we are the same layout like the other. And with this grunge, as you can see here, we are going to drive our rust down here. So we have to swap this color here with the rest. We are going just to find our rust. So we have this rust, metal rust here. We're going to drag and drop it over the peeling for now, the paint peeling. And as you can see now, we have it on the complete area here. So first of all, we're going just to tile them a little bit more. And the second thing we have to do is to add a black mask. In the black mask, we can just reference to our anchor point. So go to add fill, and under the grayscale, add your anchor point. And for now it's inverted, so go to invert, and we have it inside. So alright, that's a little bit how we want to, but we don't want it completely on this inner side here. So we have to clamp it a little bit. To do that, same thing, add a filter. We need our high pass. So add the high pass filter. And with the high pass, as you can see, we can just do it on the side here. So if I just go up, you see what's doing, but it's not exactly what we want. So we have to add a level here to crank it a little bit more. So we're going into the face, into the mask. And now we can determine where we just want our rust. So I want it inverted inside here. So let's see, I think we have to do the white spot. I'm not completely sure. So now it's on the side. All right, we have to go on this side here. So let's see if we just activate the material, what's doing. All right, so yes, we need the white area on this spots here. So let's go down with the high pass, and now we can go up with the levels here, so like that. And now we have our rust on the spot here. So if you want some more rust going on, just go with the slider. Just go with the slider of the high pass a little bit more. Alright, we have now finished our metal roof here, and as you can see, we have the same thing. We have to do the same thing on the wood roof, but we have here a little bit of a problem because we have this UV mask, this UV map layered a little bit in the wrong way, so we have just to adjust that, but we are doing that soon. So the metal part here is finished. Alright, let's just resolve this problem here with that area. So we have to go back to Blender and just open up that for a second. So I'm going to open up another time the UV editor. And in here we can just change that a little bit. So I have quickly to activate that display stretch, and that's it. So let's see. We have our main part here. So that is the metal roof and this part here. And the rest here is the normal wood roof here. So we are going just to unwrap it. So we have it now here. I'm going to just unhide all. In Packmaster 3, it's important that you have fixed scale and rotation enabled, so we can just pack it another time, but with the same size of the roof, and we are good. So I'm going to just take all except for the pump station and export that as FBX. we're going to open up Marmoset again, so we can just rebake our maps. And as you can see, we have here some changes, and up here, that's good. And we have just to bake two maps here, so it's the metal parts and the rest we don't need, so just deselect them for now and just bake them. Good, we are done. Up here we have some other problems, I think. Yeah, we have here some problems going on, so let's see what's happening here. Okay, in some case here we have the problem that the high poly is different than the low poly. I don't know why that happened, but it's a little bit off, I think. So let's see why. So I'm going just in the high poly, and we're going to select our roof. And we have the array modifier here, so we have just to... let's see. Okay, we have just to adjust this value here. All right, we are good now. So I'm just export the high poly. So select all of the high poly and just export it as FBX. So let's just reload for a second. All right, it's reloaded, so we can just hide the high again. And we are going to bake them. So we have another problem here. That's causing because we have the low a little bit messed up. So I think we have just to readjust the triangulation here. It's on all of them. Yeah, it's on all of them. So we need to adjust for a second here these things here. So let's try the other way. So one of them is good. It's only the other one, so we are going to just that every time if it's going in this direction. Okay, so I'm going to select the edge on the left side. It's causing some problems for us, so I'm going to delete that, and now we can just do the same thing, the same edge on that side here. It's now a little bit tedious, but we resolved then this problem that we have. Alright, so if we are here, we are going just to delete here this unnecessary things. So in the high poly, as you can remember, we have just deleted some of them. So we need to delete this here and this here. And I think that's enough. Alright, so I think we are good now. Alright, we have fixed that here, and we are good. So we can go back to Substance Painter. In here we have just to go to Project Configuration and select the file. And we have just to click on OK. Let it load. Good. We have to reload our maps now, so go to this texture tab and type in here gas station or whatever you called your maps. I think I called them metal, and in here we have the metal parts. Yeah, so just reload them and go to the resource updater and just update all. Good, we have now finished here this part. So we have just to make now our wood roof. So on this color house final, so that's the color roof metal roof final. So on that we have just a white mask. On the white mask we have to just go to 0, and in here we can select the parts we don't want to be in the area, so just deselect the whole roof here. Alright, so we have to do now the same thing we have done earlier on the frames here and on the wood. So I'm going to the wood beam, so I can just copy that layer here. So let's create a folder. I'm going to call this color white peeling. So I can just drag and drop that in here. And with that we are going to go to the metal parts and we can just paste it in here. So add a black mask. On the black mask we are going to include all the areas we just want in that color. So like that. And we have just to change a little bit the things here. So first of all I'm going to delete this layer so we don't so we have only this one. And the second thing I just want to do is let's see, maybe to delete this too. So we have our white mask. I'm going to clear the white mask so we have it completely on the whole object. And in here we have just to change some settings. So we have our base color. I'm going to be more in the dark way, I think. I think we have just to go to the base color white. Oh, that's only the black mask. So we have just to be obviously in the right black mask. So it's driving the right way. Okay, we have here the same problem, so just copy and paste it here. We have just to rotate them by 90 degrees. And we are good with that. So add a black mask, add a white mask. And now we can just exclude it where we have to be. So maybe we are going a little bit more with our tiling size. So with the color maybe it's a little bit too dark, I don't know. If we go maybe more in the brown or brownish. So like something like that maybe. Alright, so this is just fine. Good, this layer is done and we have our dark spots. So we have to clear the mask and just assign them again. So it's completely dark because we have to go down with the okay, sorry, that's the wrong one we have. And we have our mask editor here, so we can just play with the settings. But we don't really see what's doing, so I'm going to clear the mask. So we have to reassign the our islands here, so just select them. And now we can drag and drop the dirt smart mask in here. We worked earlier with that. Alright, we are good. So I found another error after reimport. That's a little bit tedious, but it's a thing I can't really tell why it's doing. After reimport of the main model or some other maps we have just rebaked, it's shooting up a little bit our smart mask, as you can see here. So we have just to rework them. So for the other things we have just done, I'm just going to hide them for the moment. We have the concrete done, we have to redo the door and the window. The metal parts are done, the wood beam is done, and I think the planks 3 is the side. That's done, but we have to rework it, and the planks 2 is done. So let's see how we can just fix that. We have our frame, I think. Yeah, we have our frame here. So in the frame, we are going to our color peeling. And with the color peeling, we have to go to our mask editor. And in here, we have just to delete that. And we put the dirt dusty. Just drag and drop it in here. It has to be on the bottom. And we have just to deactivate the tree planar and redo our settings here. Alright, so I'm going to copy that. And we are going to door and window. And in here we have the same thing, so just delete that. And paste in here the mask. The thing we have to change is nothing. So we have just to play also here a little bit with the settings. So let's see. So it's driving more on the side. So I really don't want that. So maybe we're going a little bit more on the curvature. Alright, we have our overall dirt here, that's good. And our dark spots. So let's see, we have first of all some dirt area here that's completely off. Somewhere we have here some dirt going on. So it's the color gradient. Just put them out, new generator. And the V gradient here. So we have just to delete that, and I think in here we had just the metal edge wear. Yep, that was the right one. So just go up with that. We're going down with the level, so, or maybe like that. So I don't really like how it's going to be with the mask editor, so yeah, let's fix that. But first I'm going up with the contrast maybe. Yeah, that's good. This mask editor here, so I don't really like that. So maybe we are going to use here another one. Let's try the dirt. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so the next thing you have to fix. So we have fixed that area here, the door and the window on top. Alright, let's fix now this area here. It's in, I think, in the one. Alright, so we have now the pump station left here. So we have to add them quickly. So we go back into Blender and we have just to select all and export that again as the low. But instead of going to Marmoset, we're going straight to Substance Painter and re-import the file. Alright, so we can just do, first of all, take out our reference pick. So let's see, we have to do two variations. One is the red and one is the blue. So it's every time the same thing we are going to do. So we have just to copy and paste in all this stuff. Alright. First of all, I'm going to make these white areas here, so we can just go to some wood, so maybe the wood beam. That's a good layer here, and we are going to just copy this color white peeling. So it's going to be on all of our object here, but we only want to be in one. So we're going just to delete this wood rough and the other wood rough, and we are going to add a metal based smart mask maybe. So let's see, metal, and we're going to add some scratched one. Steel scratched maybe. Just drag and drop it in here. And that's our base for now. It's a little bit too shiny and we have this problem in here with the dirt, I think. Yeah, the dirt. So triplanar. And in here we are going to go up with the roughness so it's not too shiny. Alright, so on top of that we are going to build our base color. So the base color has to be on all of our objects. The base color has to be on only this area here, and the white in here and the white on the top. we're going just to select this area here. And the same thing on that side. So we have to deselect this area here. I don't want that in the white paint. So I'm just gonna deselect them. Alright, another thing I'm going to do is just with our steel base and tiling just a little bit more. Good, so we have our base, our color, and we need now our other stuff here. So I'm going to delete this mask editor and we are going to add the same we had earlier. So it's the dirt dusty. Alright, and in here I want some rust, so same thing here, we are going to steal our rust and it's up here, just drag and drop it in here. And with our rust we have just to do some things here. So first of all, black mask, second fill layer with the anchor point reference. Then we have to add a generator, the high pass. So it's every time the same time. You know the drill. Oh, it's not a generator, sorry. We have to add a filter called high pass. And we have to add the levels to crank them up. So we are going down with the high pass. And on the level we have to find the right spot. So right now I think we are inverted. So let's see. Alright, we are on the wrong way. So let's put them up the fill layer and now we can just see what's going on here. So I think we are just in the wrong way. Alright, click on invert and maybe we have the wrong position of the metal here. So, alright. Alright, we have our high pass here and we have just to find the right spot. Good, so maybe we can go a little bit more up with our color here. So yeah, but we are just on the top, that's fine. I go to the metal part and roof, so we can steal our rust. And our rust effect is, let's see. So we are going to just copy that layer and it's over the overall color, so the base color and over the paint peeling effect. So we have just to do the same thing here. We have our base color here and the peeling effect, and on top has to be that rust, metal rust. So we have here a red line. That means the reference part, the anchor point reference is missing, so it's a broken reference. So we have just to take that one we have in here, and we are good. So the last thing, the other thing we have to do is just to play a little bit more with the settings in the right way.